Evening, everybody. We got well, we don't have Don Salco here. I don't know where he's at. If anybody knows him, where he is, tell him to call in because this is his show when he's not here. So, but that's fine because we got Mr. Ramon Burke in the house, and he's got a special guest there sitting. I guess that's his right? Yeah.
That is to my right. Yep.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
My left, your right.
Left.
Something like that.
Some unemployed guy that I found
down wandering around out there.
You know, the two guys that I spend the most time with, Tim Hazelton and Doug Gore, are both like unemployed. So.
Unemployed bums. That's it. And he tries to get both of us to work, and we don't. Go figure that one.
You're not washing buildings down there with them, man?
What's that?
You're not out there washing buildings with them? No?
You know, yeah, I mean, I'll go out. I'll help them out here and there. But, you know, look, I require a minimum of $15.50 an hour. And, you know, $15 an hour is the maximum going out nowadays. So, you know, I mean, he just can't afford me. That's all there is to it.
That's right. That's right.
Got to spend some time here in the studio working on some of the classes that we're trying to put together. So that's kind of what it's all about right now.
Yeah, I think one of the things that you know, I know I've talked to you, you know, privately about it is I just, you know, Doug and I are really working on something special with education here. And so I was lucky enough to get Doug here in Tallahassee in the studios because we've actually built studios here. And we're putting together some amazing content coming up. So over the next couple months.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know you guys are working hard. I seen you working on the studio. I seen you do some little sneak videos. You got some stuff going on there. Some big green screens all over the place. I'm like, oh, they're doing something.
As soon as I can figure out how to learn them, or use them, it's gonna be great. Because I have a gigantic green curtain. I have no freaking clue what it's for. So.
Instructional videos. That's what we need.
That's what you need. Instructional videos.
Yeah.
Oh, Jacob Dale. Oh, Jake. Jake's trip, man.
Is this yours?
Yeah, see what it is. Because I can't see.
But hey, Jamie, you want to know what makes us eminently qualified to teach now?
What's that?
We have an electric desk. See, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. See, right there. I'm qualified to do anything.
I seen that the other day. I was gonna message and say, where the hell did you? Give me the link for that desk, man. That desk is pretty badass.
It's pretty cool. I got it.
It's like, sure.
I can't wash a damn thing, but I have an electric desk.
It's like a stand-up desk, right?
Yep.
When it's done,
it is. Stand up or sit down.
Or sit down. It's great. You know, it can go anywhere in between.
We see.
It's definitely pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. Ray was playing it the other day. He was he's playing with it
on my little breakdown that I had, or my rant that I had the other day. So you know, and that's I think that's actually a pretty good lead in to what we're talking about. You know, here tonight with Myrtle Beach, Jamie, and you know, you've got this event with the PWMCA and absolutely amazing event. We kind of came in here at the last minute doing something with, you know, just before Carlos does his class. And so Doug and I, who wrote the Plant and Property that debuted back at the huge convention 3 years ago, you know, we're going to go on before Carlos with his day of gas station training out there. That's 2 days before the event. And then, you know, the day before the event, we've got the special one with who else? We got you, David Carroll, me. Who are the other instructors? Gene O'Neill.
And Don Root.
You know, yeah. So, you know, everybody's eminently qualified in their own way. I know that's an extra fee for that as well. And then the event itself kicks off. So, you know, 4 or 5 days of awesome education coming up in Myrtle Beach. And I can say that, you know, everybody that's going to take that stage is actually qualified in one way or another of what they're talking about. And that's the problem with with the industry right now. I mean, there's a joke over at Spray Wash Academy, and sadly, it's not a joke, but there's a guy who's selling wooden skids. Wooden skids, bless their heart.
They're on casters, man. We've talked about this. He's put them on casters.
It's like, doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of a skid is that you have to take it out of the back of your truck and wheel it around the freaking house? I mean, I don't get it, but and I'm all for innovation. I'm all for people selling a product, but come on, man. I mean, I can literally buy the same thing that's not going to rot away from Northern Tool for $500 to $600 out there that has a 12-volt pump, that has a battery box,
has good wheels on it.
Yeah, has good wheels.
and it's just where we're seeing this absolute crap show in education right now at this point, where it's a free-for-all. And my heart goes out to some of my heart goes out to the buying public from some of the instructors that I've seen, Jamie, that and I'm not trying to sit here and say I'm better than you, because I'm not. I'm just another guy. But I can promise you that there are people that are more qualified than a lot of the instructors that are out there that are trying to sell, the success packages or make $1,000 a day packages or whatever the hell they're calling their.
I'm gonna call Raymond out on the carpet right here, right now. He doesn't know I'm doing this, so I'm gonna call him out on the carpet. I think he's absolutely wrong. Did you know that I think you're wrong?
All the time.
So what did he just say that was absolutely wrong? He said he's not better than them. I mean, come on. When you've got a business that can do over $1 million a year, I'm sure you're a little bit better than the guy that's building a wooden skid.
But wait.
I'm not meaning to be,
Does he drive a Ferrari, though? Does Ray have a Ferrari?
Yeah, in Florida, home of the $99 guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I know we're doing the government sales on that day before education, and Doug saw this today. We literally did $150,000 in bids to government entities today. Today, we did $150,000 in bids. And probably the best part about this is that I don't care if I get them or not. If I do get them, it's amazing because they were all priced at the I don't want to, but if you insist level, because we're already booking at this point well into May. Our February is full at this point. I'm sorry, not May, March. We know that March 1, the phone starts going crazy. April, we're consistently booked out. By the end of April, we're booked for 6 weeks. It's like if the state wants us to do these amazing projects, we'll do them, but we'll make some stupid bank out there doing it because we really don't necessarily want to do these winter projects.
So is this a good time to announce that I'm opening a company in Tallahassee, Florida? And I just bid on $148,000. Oops.
Oh. No, you're right, Ray, man. And even what you said, going back to the wooden skid thing, man. Unfortunately, I've seen a lot of this industry, people coming in it trying to take it in reverse.
Right.
It's trying to take it backwards. They're promoting stuff like go to my Amazon link and get this, and they're trying to take the industry backwards. We're past that. We developed. I
know,
dude. I used to clean houses on a ladder with the pressure washer.
Yeah,
get destroyed. We're past that, right? We have the technology now. We don't do that anymore. But we have guys coming in the industry and they're like, "Oh, I can teach you how to do this." That's what they're doing. I'm like,
they're literally regressing. They're literally regressing. And I don't know if it's arrogance or ignorance or what, where somebody says, it's got to be a little of and that's a really scary place to be, is arrogant ignorance. But to sit there and say, I don't realize that Northern Tool has a superior product to what I'm selling at twice the price, it's really, really kind of scary.
But Northern Tool isn't offering their online coaching services.
True. It's true.
So that's where the value is.
That's true.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Dollar bills. How strong was that ladder? Well, Jake, I wasn't that big back then, man, when I used to be out there hustling on top of the ladders, man. And that's the problem. It got too easy.
Yeah. It really did. It really did.
But actually, it's not easy. So I shouldn't even say them words because it pisses me off when I see guys go on Facebook. I had a conversation with somebody today and they said that. Oh, just spraying bleach, man. It's not just spraying bleach.
No,
Stop
it's
it.
absolutely, it's
Stop that.
absolutely not. I mean, in some ways, it's the easiest thing in the world you'll ever do as far as you get the basics down. It really and truly is not that hard. Now, to actually run a successful business,
That's the hard part.
once you get your basics down, once you get your mix ratios, once you get your plant and property protection down, once you get, again, the basics, the fundamentals, what you build your business on, now it's time to build your business. And that's the difficult part, because I can train guys to do this. The hard part and the money is in building a business.
Absolutely, it is.
It's also where the stress is too.
That's where the gray hairs come from. Yeah. That's where
Or the lack of hair.
the bellies
Lack
come
of hair.
from. You can tell if somebody's successful if they're really gray and fat.
Flip said, David Flipping said, I encourage everyone to take the plant property protection class. Absolutely, Flip. I think if you guys are going to Myrtle Beach, man, it's not to take that class. Just doesn't make sense. It's right there. You're going to be there, and this is something that could save your company. Could save your company from going under. It can save your company from going under.
Yeah.
Really, it can, just by having that knowledge, not destroying people's property. I mean,
I watched a guy, and I'm not going to name names, but he's got a audience of about 100,000 people on YouTube. So he's pretty big in here, and he's was sitting there going, we may not have gotten paid on this because they're still talking to the lady because we fried a plug. We fried a plug, and he said, but it wasn't my fault that we fried this plug because it had a clamshell over it. And so that's equipment failure. That's not my fault. Bull crap. That's your fault, because you can't sit there and blame things like, was it working before you got there? Was it working after you left?
Nope.
It's not your fault. And you can't sit here and trust that a clamshell is actually going to be watertight. You still have to put the absolute bare minimum of a piece of tape and a little bit of protection on that outlet, even if it has a rubber gasket. Rubber gaskets dry out over time.
Yep.
They shrink. Things loosen up. I mean, and it's just you're crazy, and all you're going to do is lose customers if you don't do. I mean, go to your customer and look at them and say, "Well, that was equipment failure. That's not my fault." See how fast you get a negative review out there.
Is it equipment failure, Ray? Are those things waterproof? Are they watertight?
Watertight? No,
they're water resistant.
Yep,
There you go. So, first of all, what you're spraying isn't water.
not water. Well, how about even like all right, so here's the box against the house, right? A lot of the issues that I see here, at least, is not the box. It's behind the box.
Exactly. That's what your rubber gasket is right there.
That's a major
thing,
problem.
And so, but again, I mean, is it worth? And so, whenever, let's say you get into a pissing match with that customer, is it worth getting a negative review? And then you want to get into a pissing match with your insurance company, because one of the worst things you could do is not address something like this and have an electrician in your back pocket, or be able to fix that yourself. Or so I really recommend having a licensed electrician, but because you don't want them to go out there and hire somebody to fix this necessarily. You don't want an insurance adjuster to go over there and fix it, because now all of a sudden you're looking at $1,000 bill. You're not looking at a $75 outlet replacement.
Can you imagine the liability as well? If you go out and you fix that electrical receptacle yourself and something does go wrong, your fault, nobody's fault, somebody's fault, and the house burns down because of a different electrical receptacle, doesn't matter. The lawyers are going to eat you for lunch.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I agree.
Doesn't matter what you did, who you did, what you did.
Mr. Gore, where did you study electrical work at?
Well, I got my degree from
YouTube.
My uncle's nephew, my cousin, well, he has this little store, and he sells these pieces and parts. And by the way, you can get a nice wooden skid there as well.
Wooden skid. Oh, God. Oh, that's crazy.
That one's never going to leave us. I'm sorry.
No.
I think that's going to be around for a while. I wouldn't skip.
Well, I mean, the one that'll never leave me is the way, and this is, I think John was on the show with that guy a couple of weeks ago. What the that young man that they were interviewing with the other can I say fraud? Shit, was that my outside voice? Damn it.
Damn it.
But the Fraulein. That was it, Fraulein. But the guy who's selling his success packages, and he's selling a $250 90-minute Zoom call for consulting with your pressure washing business. And literally his pricing model is if it's under 3,500 square feet, you price it at $99. Unless, of course, it's 2-story, then you price it at $199.
But what was the kicker?
That he couldn't finish a job because his pull cord broke.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the other one.
Which one?
Price it just above your
what?
Your insurance.
We literally heard a guy, because we've been researching this for a week here. We've been going to YouTube. What Doug just said, we literally heard a guy saying, I never price anything under my insurance deductible. There's your recipe for success, isn't it?
There you go. That's it, guys.
Below your insurance deductible.
That's it.
Problem solved.
That way, if you do ruin something, hey, you still made a profit.
You still made a profit. That is insane.
That's funny. It's not funny, but
it's funny. But it's funny because it's true. I mean, this would be like if we were writing a comedy skit out here and saying, this is the goofy stuff that people are saying. It would be really funny. But the sad part is this is true.
Bobby Walker.
A terrible idea.
That's not
Bobby, whatever your insurance deductible is, that project that we talked about today, you should do that for your insurance deductible.
Yeah, right. Oh God, that is
the sad part is, and we laugh about the Facebook groups, but a lot of this is coming from YouTube that we see, and it's. We say, oh well, Facebook has all these people, and we're teaching people how to do it. Yeah, but YouTube has all these people, and they have a lot more than Facebook as far as that are in these groups and subscribers, and they're teaching people how to do it wrong.
They are. And I've been looking at that recently, since all this stuff's been coming up. I've been seeing Facebook, I guess, teachers, gurus, whatever you want to call them, that aren't even in these Facebook groups. We don't even know who the hell they are. They're just...
Yeah.
I don't even know them. I never even heard of them before, but there's a lot of them too. There's more.
There's
a lot.
And they have subscribers of 7, 8, 10, 12, 25, 100,000 people on their YouTube channels. The biggest Facebook group that I know of, Spray Wash Academy, we're at like 7,500 people in there. John Tornamini has a group with I think maybe 12,000. That pressure washing friends, ever since I got Ron rolled, I haven't been back over there, so I don't know.
Look, the numbers thing in the groups, man, does not impress me. Actually, I just put a post of motivation tonight about that because I got a message from somebody in another country trying to sell me SEO and websites and all this, right? And I went and looked in the groups, and I found out he was in one of the groups, one of the big groups,
right?
Providing no content, no value, simply there to get people's names, to message them, trying to sell service.
Oh, so many of the bigger groups, I literally see this post, every day because I monitor a few of them, and it's, hey, I just got the contract for washing this apartment complex, and I was wondering how much should I charge, how long it'll take, and what should I use?
I wish I could get an apartment contract where I have the contract, but I don't know how much. That means what? It's just an open checkbook. I already got it. They gave it to me, right? But there's no price attached. Cool. Let's do it.
I know. That's amazing.
I'm there, man. I'm there.
It's amazing. And I will honestly say that it happens to us multiple times a year where we'll get a high 4s, low 5-figure job that's literally, okay, Ray, go out and do this, but it's not the norm. And it's somebody that we've had a relationship with years and years and years, and they trust us and they know we're not going to screw them. But, you look at one of these $2,500, $4,500 apartment complexes and you think, who in the hell is giving you a contract to wash this without you demonstrating how much your price is going to be or your ability to perform this service?
Well, we got one matter of fact, I want to say within the last 6 months, we were contacted by the property manager and he gave us the price. So he said, hey, we have $13,000 to spend on this building. Come on out and clean it. Mm-hmm. And we went out and looked at it. And by the time we were done, we were at $26,000. He didn't think it was funny, but
it's a relationship you guys have,
Yeah.
And it's a key. Like, look, I'm going to anoint him the king of relationships right there. David Flipping. Dude, he's a relationship builder, honestly. Yeah. Honestly, relationship builder. And that's how his company's growing. It's growing rapidly because of that. You build those relationships, man. It's not.
Absolutely.
I don't think people put enough value on relationships. Relationships are the biggest aspect in building a business for tomorrow and not for today. It's one of the biggest aspects that you could possibly have.
There's an old saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. But the real money is in what you know about who you know. Mm-hmm. And that's where you make some coin.
That's where you make the coin. All right, let me see. Ray helped me do a quote today. He then completed the job, drove me home, and slapped Bobby. What? I should know in Bobby's comments is going to be something. Oh, man. Hell, sign me up for a blank check apartment jobs. Yeah, sign us all up, man. We'll take them.
No kidding.
Here, man.
So you're right, and you're right, Jamie. Though I mean, the bigger the group does not necessarily mean the better the quality in there.
That's me. That's my.
Yes, it doesn't necessarily mean the quality's there, because I mean, I look over at one of the groups that I mentioned. I mean, there's the moderator makes a lot of posts in there, but people don't necessarily ask questions or answer things. So I love your group, and then Spray Wash Academy, where we actually have a fairly active group of intelligent people out there, and you will get good answers to good questions, and not necessarily stupid questions.
Yep. Won't be nothing about yellow boots, huh, Jeremy? Yeah. That's a private thing. Jeremy knows.
Jeremy Brooke. Jeremy Brooks, another one. He's a trip, man.
He's a mess. He is an absolute mess.
He is a trip.
I'm up for it.
I think, Ray, Bobby, I think that's for like the after hours show. That's like the after hours when the kids are in bed show.
Well, I will mention that. I heard that the PWMCA has a new member, so apparently that's the rumor on the street that Ron has joined the PWMCA. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just steal your thunder? So call your PWMCA president, Mr. Bo Giuseppe, and ask him what the.
Love you, Bo.
I mean, you can verify. It's pretty easy to verify. Yeah. The contractor locator is.
Is he a contractor?
Well, I don't know. Let me see.
I never saw a picture of him. I never saw a picture of him with a rig.
I never saw him with a picture of a pressure washer.
I did. Yeah, a borrowed one. He had flip flops on. They were at an event.
But he wasn't. He didn't have it in his hand.
It wasn't his.
Yeah, I guess he's a member.
Sweet.
He's a member. That's the PWMCA.
There it is.
There it is. He's a member.
Very cool. Congratulations. Are we going to take side bets on that?
You heard it here first. Yeah.
Breaking news from
he'll make it halfway through the year?
I don't think he can. You can't keep quiet that long.
Hello, we would like some cancer in our organization, please.
Oh my.
Yep. There you go, Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis is a good dude, man. Lewis is doing some good things, man.
Lewis is awesome.
He's a hard worker, man. Lewis is a hard worker. He's not afraid to you know what? He's not just a hard worker. Lewis is investing in his company. You know, Lewis is investing in software and systems. So he's just not one of those guys that are just, you know, doesn't invest in his company. He's actually invested in it. He's trying to grow. So
Right. No,
I'm proud of Lewis, man.
I'll tell you what, and one thing I love about Lewis is, you know, whenever he makes a commitment to you and makes a commitment to anything in this industry, he is just right there. You know, I've seen him go with that telethon. I've seen him help, you know, you co-hosting this show and just, you know, if he's got it to give, dang it, he's going to give it. So
it's definitely not time to cancel PWMCA membership.
Yeah, please don't. Yeah, please
it's actually time
don't.
To become a PWMCA member, and you know, just make sure things stay on the straight and narrow like they're supposed to be. And
Exactly. It's time to get more active in there and let people know that, hey, you know, because as a not-for-profit, you know, if somebody can demonstrate that they meet the minimum requirements, it's not you don't have the ability to. So one of the reasons with Pro why we made it, and I think Jamie with you, why we made it a private, you know, PWMCA private associations, because
you don't have to accept.
You know, you don't have to accept anybody. Whenever you're a not-for-profit, like, you know, PWMCA, I believe the rules are that if Adolf Hitler himself came up juggling Mussolini's testicles, you'd basically have to take them both in if they met the minimum requirements.
Yes. No, yeah, absolutely. You're right. Yeah. And that's kind of why, because of what I went through in the past, you know, what you went through in the past, that's the reason why when I decided to do this, say, association or whatever, it was like, no, this is a for-profit. We can do what we want to do, period.
Say Mussolini's testicles.
You said Mussolini's.
Yeah, you did say it. I don't know.
But that's the other Mussolini.
Yeah.
Bob Mussolini.
Bob Mussolini. and that was, what was his name? Patrick Hitler. That's what it was. Not, you know, the Adolf guy. That's not what it was. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying Lewis Coatney's a good dude. Yep.
Yeah. We got that out of the way. We know he's great. Yeah. Ooh, I volunteer my time and give back to the industry. Yay.
Oh, God. Ray and Dougie together. Oh, I don't know, man.
So
hey, this is a preview of what plant and property is like in Myrtle Beach. I mean,
you guys, it's going to be worth it just to go.
Literally, if you do not make it up in what you learn, you will make it up in laughs. So.
There you go.
But we've never actually, I mean, we've done this show to
60, 70.
What? People?
Yeah.
Yeah, 60 or 70 people. We've done this show to at least a dozen people, and nobody's ever
five.
Nobody's ever asked for their money back. You know, nobody's ever said, "Oh, this sucked. This was horrible. You know, this is awful." I can actually say nobody's ever said this class sucked or it wasn't worth it. So.
And they got up and walked out, but they never asked for money.
They let walk out. I mean, it says a lot because, look, safety, plant protection, property protection, it's not sexy. Like, it's not sexy class, right? Like, oh, everybody's like, oh, I'm going to learn about plant property protection this week. But
I dare to say it's one of the most important things you can work on in your business.
Exactly. And one of the things that we really get into there too is also the talking about the psychological selling with customers too, because we can demonstrate that whenever we get into this and we can talk more intelligently as contractors and we can sit there and say, you know, Mr. Homeowner or Mr. Hotel Proprietor, do you realize what Drive It is saying about, you know, about the substrate your hotel, your $20 million property is coated with, that they're saying do not spray this more than 600 PSI. They're saying do not use an acid on this. They're saying that you must use a chemical and you can't just use water to clean this surface. And you start talking like that to them and they go, wow, this guy actually knows his stuff. Whenever you start talking to the homeowner about the life cycle of bleach and why bleach is not a bad thing and that the products that they think are alternate to bleach is actually still just bleach by a different name. It's important, and you're going to get a higher dollar ticket, and you're going to be more comfortable with what you know, and you're going to be more comfortable with your position in the industry.
Nope, I agree 100%. It's definitely something that everybody should take. I mean, it should be something everyone takes. And so I had a question here from Daniel, and I will answer it because that's kind of one of my whole problems with somewhere else is why they weren't transparent. I'm very transparent. And here you go. We have 113 members, Daniel. That's how many members we have. 113. That's our number. I'm trying to grow. You guys don't see me go out there grow. I don't try to grow. It's organic, man. It's more of a brotherhood. Yeah. It's a brotherhood. It's, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And we like to get people to come on, like, Spray Wash Pro, like Ray, and people to educate. That's what we're looking to do. Like, you know what I mean? We want to just be that.
We're going to talk for a second.
We want to be that place, man, where people can say, hey, I'm trying to figure this out, but I don't know how to do it. And we're like, okay, I don't know how to do it either. But you know what? We can go find that person for you. We'll be back with them. Hold on. And, that's kind of brotherhood we're trying to build. And
that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, it's
going back to what Ray was saying about the plant property. One of the things that I always like to say is that this is what I say to people. I feel sorry for the person that went before me to an estimate, and I pity the guy that goes after me because I'm educated in my field and in my craft. And so if you came before me, I feel sorry for you because if you didn't educate that customer, I'm going to, and now you've probably lost a job. And if you come after me, I pity you if you don't have the knowledge because now they're going to be asking you those questions that I've given them. I've given them the ammunition. And let's face it, today's day and age, we've got so many more contractors out there, and half of them don't have a clue what they're talking about. It's the same thing we've been talking about with the whole, wood skids and all this kind of stuff. They just don't have the knowledge, and yet they're trying to do and say and all that kind of stuff. If you have the knowledge is power. And I definitely feel you can outsell your competition. And, tooting our own horns here a little bit, but pay for the class really on just a sale or two. And that's all it really takes.
Yep. Jeremy Brooks said killer class. Can't wait to share with the employees. Yeah, he's waiting for you guys.
This is actually for Jeremy. Jeremy, what you do is you put your hose into right here. And then it has an adjustable spray tip. And we can choose the water.
Wait. Remember, don't squeeze the trigger. Don't squeeze the trigger in your face again. That's
they haven't paid. They haven't paid admission yet, have they? Oh, sorry. No, it's actually something we ride around with in the truck whenever we're going out doing sales. The Clorox, Pro Results house, house siding. A lot of people don't realize this, but we talk because this is a non-bleach. A non-bleach product that they have and carry the SDS for it. And whenever we show the people that, it's non-bleach, it's quaternary ammonium, and we read out it's quat. It's a quat-based product. And whenever, you talk about it's a quaternary ammonium chloride, hypochlorous, blah, 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 blah. I mean, a whole bunch of like $10 words in there. And they're like, so what sounds safer, bleach that Clorox also makes, or quaternary ammonium chloride? And then you show them the next, the part about where bleach breaks down, and bleach actually doesn't contaminate groundwater. All of a sudden, they're saying, "Oh my God, please bleach!" Yes, I like that.
Well, that's what the guys got to understand too about the class you're doing. They're going to get stuff like that. So it's just not just about protection. That goes into sales, man. That can help them in their whole sales process.
That's what we say. It really gets into the scientific. I mean, it's the plant and property protection is much more than just plant and property protection, because we talk about, first off, how to protect the plant and property, but then also how to sell the knowledge that they've gained in here. How you can turn this knowledge into dollar bills, y'all.
Dollar bills.
At the end of the day,
dollar bills, y'all.
if you don't do anything with your education, there's no point in getting it. I'll tell you that right off the bat. I wouldn't pay for the class at all if I wasn't going to use it. So if you don't plan to use what you learn, there's no sense in learning.
Exactly.
There's no sense in doing it. You might as well get the wooden skid.
Oh, Bobby. You can do whatever you wish, whatever you want, Bobby. No, Bobby's going to be a fun MC. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. But Jamie, you know what? I seriously want to talk to you because I would possibly buy one of these for Bobby. Can we get him a dye sub wife beater T-shirt?
Oh my God, that would be crazy.
I want to see the TRT wife beater T-shirt that he wears.
Mark, we will be doing that, Mark. Believe me, it'll happen. Every you were there, right? The first year. Every year we go to the crab joint.
Yeah, the Admiral Bimbos or whatever it is.
Yeah. Captain George's, I think.
Yeah, the feed trough.
Yeah, Mark said, "How you guys doing that when everything's so packed?" Like, it's happening. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make.
I went to a buffet for the first time about a month ago, and I was like, oh. This is like the lights lit up from heaven. I heard the angels singing, and it was just amazing because it's cool because like whenever you're the fat guy like me at the buffet, people stay out of your way, kind of like the muscle guy at the gym, because people know you mean business, and they just like clear a path.
Water treatment plants.
Still working.
Are you saying water treatment plants use SH? Yes, absolutely they do. Yep. Yeah, everybody's afraid of that word, man. Everybody's afraid of it until you educate them.
Mm-hmm.
The bleach word, the B word.
Yeah, just educate them. That's it. Our product managers love information we share, building value and ticket. Absolutely. Said Ray, you're right. Probably move Harlem company throwing stuff versus Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
See if you guys have any questions. Bobby, it's going, man. It's not really something. It's kind of a hobby, man. Honestly, I know we talked about that before. It was for friends, and it was for friends in the industry, and I was trying to fill a void because it was not enough guys. There's not enough guys doing it, quite honestly. Apparently, because there's guys that can't get shirts. So,
yeah, apparently so. I think Bobby had experience with that.
Yeah.
But isn't that because Bobby keeps ripping them off right here?
I think that's what it. I think he rips his off.
Yeah. That's the sexy thing too.
Oh, Jake may come now. You going to a buffet?
Yeah.
You're talking Jake's words there now, man.
Speaking Jake's language.
Yes, you're speaking his language.
Just speak it slowly.
Did somebody say buffet?
So
Hold on a minute. So I wonder what happened to our host tonight. He never showed up. Oh,
he left you. He's gone over with Eder.
I better not find out he's watching the other live show that's happening right now. This one's happening.
He's sitting there with Eder and Fresh You Dig, and they're starting a new association, the $99 association.
Oh my.
Yeah, AC Lockyer is speaking on Thursday. He'll be talking. AC, honestly, always has good stuff to say.
Yeah, everybody, all the speakers have good stuff to say, man.
No,
all the speakers have great stuff to say. And
absolutely. I mean, I like to rag on AC, but Doug and I were both parts of Soft Wash Systems at one point, and we moved on, we left, and but we learned a lot from AC. So
yeah, absolutely, and that's an awesome thing about these events, man. I was talking about that earlier. Even if people don't see eye to eye or whatever it is, they come to these events, and we're all just there together.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, you're against me and I'm against you and all that garbage, man. That's just like, that's like
it's really about helping and educating everybody out there. It's not about, I can say it this way. It's not about egos. If it were about egos, then maybe everybody wouldn't, you wouldn't be able to be at the same show together. We're all type A personalities for the most part, but it's all about helping and educating, and that's all it boils down to. And some things are in the past. There's certain things that you can never let go of with muskrats and that kind of stuff. But aside from that, you know what? Half the stuff in life is water under the bridge, and you just got to leave it there and kind of go with that.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, there's things that people have done to people personally that never will get over that. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, whenever people have made it, personal, then it becomes an issue. I had who was a dude from Maryland. Bill Booth making fun of the death in my company in a group over there. And if I ever see him, I'm probably going to put my foot straight up his ass at a convention. But I haven't seen him at a convention.
I remember you were
in years. Yeah. It was really disgusting whenever I go and did a PayPal to help bury his father. Yeah. I'm sorry, it's my asshole outside voice again. And the things like Ron Musgrave's going after going insulting my wife and literally trying to disparage the classes that we do. Yeah, I have a problem with people like that. I have a problem with people who put other people up to doing things like there's a certain guy in Nashville that wants to come over there and crawl my jock every time I do something because he's doing the bidding of a overweight jackass from Arizona. But so I do have some problems with people in the industry, but at the same time, I'm not a little. Can I say bitch on here?
Yeah. I was watching. You say it.
And I would let them know that I have a problem. Whenever I tend to see them, I'm going to let them know I have a problem with them. And we'll probably have an explanation of the proper way to deal with people and the improper way to deal with people.
There's only one person that I really think that I would have a true issue with. And I won't mention the names, but he called me an unpatriotic coward for supporting police officers and veterans. And I thought, how in the world does that make me an unpatriotic coward? I don't get that. But,
crazy, man.
Other than that, I don't care who I see.
What's Jake saying? Freaking big head Dave Carroll.
He does look like he could be a bobblehead doll, doesn't he?
Hey, he's a smart dude, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, Scott should pay attention to him because I don't know about you, but I get all kinds of ads from him and emails and targeted Facebook ads. And I'm like, this dude.
Let's go down this whole speaker lineup right here. Let's see who we can offend. I might wind up getting punched in the nose here.
Let's start with Carlos. Who likes that guy?
Oh my, you guys are too much tonight.
Yeah. Carlos Gonzalez. I mean, he knows a little bit of something about degreasing and cleaning gas stations. The maker of EBC and somebody who, you want to talk about somebody who really and truly does love the contractor and just care about contractor. That's Carlos right there. Just what an absolutely, amazing guy.
But he only sells a soap.
Yeah.
It might be a damn good soap, but it's just a soap, right? That's what he said. It's just soap.
Yep.
Damn good soap. It's just soap.
So on the main lineup, let's see here. We've got, Bobby Walker. Never heard of him.
Hey, you want to see you want their pictures to give you more of a screen, a feel.
We really don't want a picture.
Yeah, I don't want a picture of Bobby. No.
There you go. Here's Bobby.
Don't want.
There he is. There he is.
Oh, no. Damn it. See, he's not wearing the wife beater T-shirt. I don't even realize who it is.
You don't realize it's him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then there goes your rest of your speakers.
Chris Martinez. I don't know Chris super well. AC Lockyer again. I mean, probably the guy who's, if you look at in-network companies and what he's built with soft wash systems over what 10, 12 years here. I mean, it speaks for itself. It's amazing. Kurt Kempton with Responsibid. I mean, technology guru, absolute guru.
Yep.
That Raymond guy's a moron.
Raymond guy.
I mean, I am so happy to see Flip up on stage and talking. I've watched, Flip comes from that janitorial background, and I've watched him just rise up through the ranks in the washing business.
Super good guy.
Yeah, good guy. Lonnie knows more about. Lonnie's probably forgotten more about sealing and pavers and things like that than I ever knew.
Yep, me too.
Let's see here. I'm not familiar with the Artusas. What about them, Jamie?
Oh, dude, they're amazing. Unfortunately, they may be a scratch.
Okay.
They may have a COVID, not be able to travel during New York.
No.
we're dealing with that right now. But yeah, it might be a scratch. But anyway, if not, we're gonna get him there and we're gonna do something. Zoom, whatever we have to do. Pete, dude, Pete is an amazing speaker, Ray. Let me tell you, he spoke for me in Nashville at Darren Hickman's place a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You've been to many shows. I've been to many shows. You know, somebody starts speaking, guys will get up, go outside, get on the phone. You know, it's just natural thing we do, right? He spoke in Nashville. He started speaking at 5 minutes in, man. The vendors, because the vendors, it's a small place. You know, right over here. Mm-hmm. They got out of their booths. They came over and sat down. Everybody just sat in the room.
Wow.
And just watched Pete the whole time, man. He's got a real gift for speaking. He really does.
Yeah. That says something, especially around a bunch of contractors.
Yes.
Because it's like herding cats.
Yes, it is. I don't have the I don't have the attention span to sit in a room, honestly, and listen to a whole speaker speak. I mean,
Hinderleiter, what's that guy really ever done? You know, seriously. I mean, whatever. Only one of the largest supply companies out there, one of the largest fleet washing companies out there, and you know exactly. Patrick Clark, never heard of him.
Never heard of him. Patrick Clark.
Patrick who? Yeah. You know, Patrick. I can honestly say this about Patrick.
He can't wash, but he can race cars. That's
I mean, well, I know what it really makes me, because Patrick and I came from very similar, losing everything and starting in this business at about the same time, and really coming up and growing up in it together. And we were both with soft wash systems, and Pat has done actually a lot better, than I have with all of his. I mean, because he has like 20 offices now, and he's done higher production than I have at his market, than I have in my market. And really, so the only thing I can say about Pat is I hate you.
And he says it quite often.
Oh man,
he's developed his own chemical line with gutter butter. He's got a beautiful family, and he's like having as many kids as he has rigs. So he needs to build the empire, and
build an empire.
Exactly. Gary, I don't know Gary super well, but he and the brother had the business together, I believe. Did very, very well with that. Sold it. I know that he walks the walk and talks the talk, and I think they did about $1 million a year. So obviously you don't stumble into that,
no, absolutely you don't.
You know a little bit of something about something. Dan's a good guy. He knows this. Dan's one of those guys with the bookkeeping and the recruiting that something that all of us could seriously learn from. I mean, it's probably one of our biggest failings. Most of us as business people are not knowing our numbers well enough, and not taking care of the back end. And, Dan's one of these guys where they can actually offer you a solution to take care of your back end. And that just sounded horribly wrong. But knowing the numbers, Dan, the back end guy, but knowing those numbers and knowing, it's hard to know where you're going if you don't know where you've been, and he's going to help you run your business like a business. He's actually going to tell you, are you profitable or not? This unemployed guy sitting next to me right here. No, it's you. He just sold his business, and part of the reason he was able to sell his business at a premium is because you knew your numbers. You were able to demonstrate that this is a profitable business. This isn't a
But let me key in on that, because I'm not an office guy. If you're not an office person, that doesn't matter. You need to hire somebody, put somebody in that position, so that I could actually go back to him and say, hey, what did we do this week? What did we do this month? What are our numbers here? What are our numbers there? Because to be honest with you, I'm not that guy. I'm not the office guy. So I had to hire somebody that could do and give me those numbers, because I like to go out and wash stuff. That's what I like to do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Part of this is you know, whenever you start your business up, you need to hire to your strengths, you know. You hire to your weaknesses and to your strengths. I mean, because you might be the guy that's really, really good on equipment and really good at spraying, and you suck at sales. Well, what do? You hire a salesperson, you know? I mean, I honestly believe that as your it's the worst use of our time is behind a hose as business people. Mm-hmm. It really and truly is. I mean,
or behind a desk for the most part.
Yeah, behind a desk. I mean, I'm a lot better out. I mean, at least I can structure my business. But if I'm sitting here behind a hose every day doing something that a $20 technician an hour technician can do, you're not using the highest and best use of your time. However, if that's what makes you happiest, then hire out the management, hire out the sales, hire out the bookkeeping, you know, and you can still watch your business, you know, do very well.
You can actually go home for lunch.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, and Dan's so good at all of that, and he can really help people with that. So. And then there's Bobblehead there at the end.
Well, you noticed he was the only one that I don't know if you noticed. He's the only one that don't have a headshot on, so it's kind of like a head.
He has an ugly Christmas sweater shot.
I had to go find whatever and just stick it up there. I mean, I think I asked Dave like 20 times for a headshot.
I don't know if you ever watched that you know, the beer bookkeeping and BS show that they do, you know, and
I was on there once.
It's amazing because you know they'll sit there and they start drinking copious amounts of alcohol, and they're talking about, you know, these numbers and budgets and stuff like that. Where if I get more than like a beer in me, I'm like, that's a 1, and that's a 2. I mean, they can just like rattle off numbers and talk about CAC and ROI and things that I don't even know what the acronyms mean.
What does ROI stand for?
Return on investment.
Return on investment? Mm-hmm. I thought it was. No, I won't say
that. David won't fit in a headshot. That's funny.
Oh man.
You thought I didn't know what ROI was?
Mm-hmm. No, okay. Sorry. Okay. No.
John Nielsen said Dave is my bookkeeper.
Yeah.
Awesome. Haven't seen John around in a while.
You know, John's one of those guys. He's such a true inspiration. And I still remember meeting John and down there and getting him to Orlando and saying, hey, if you don't like what we're doing, we'll literally, it was back in the days of a now, I guess, defunct organization, and said, hey, I'll pay you back if this doesn't help you. And he was just a guy that wound up hooking up with mentors and hooking up with people that made a difference in his life. And he just,
yep.
Right up the food chain, man, and turned his business into something amazing.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
There's a lot of people you can look back at and say, you know, that I'm happy to see their growth and the progression that they made and just where they're at today, and it's amazing on a lot of it.
It is, and a lot of those guys you meet at events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was talking about that earlier. That's how I met at events, like events.
If you're anywhere in the area and you're considering going, look, I mean, any event that you can go to, you're going to learn something. You're going to meet people. You're going to find people that are in your own market or outside your market, people that you can talk to. You can find, really good mentors there. There is so much that you can learn, so much you can intermingle with. I mean, I can't tell you. I learned a vast amount of everything from going to events, things that I paid for, things that I didn't pay for.
Yep.
The camaraderie that you get going to the after-hour socials, even if you don't drink. I don't know how many times I've said this, but even if you don't drink, you go to the after-hour socials. Have you a soda or whatever it is, cup of coffee, doesn't matter. You don't have to drink in order to, when you go there, you're going to, you don't have to drink. You don't have to drink.
Really?
Yeah, really. I know that's hard to believe, but you don't. But the people you're going to meet, the conversations you're going to have, it's the way to go.
Yep, I agree 100%, man. It's you don't have to drink, but I don't know. I think not too many washers that don't drink. There's maybe a couple.
It's a little more fun, yeah.
It's a little more fun. And you know what you'll notice in these events too, man. People you think on Facebook that may be like asses when you meet them in person in real life?
Then you're sure that they're asses?
No. No, man.
You were a jerk. Now I know it.
No, there's some, So my buddy, I'll call him out. I don't care. He doesn't care. Mark Mayo. Mark Mayo on Facebook is a dick, and he'll tell you that, right? He is, man. But in real life, dude, you know why?
Mark's a great guy.
He cares, man. He cares about the industry. And he sees it. He sees what we were talking about earlier. He sees it going in reverse, and he doesn't like that. Mm-hmm. So he gets a little bit standoffish online. But if you meet him in person at an event, man, like Mark is like so down to earth, so helpful. He'll do anything for you, man. Period. Anything. Yeah. I lost my keys at the shop today. I was doing a live video. Mark said, "I'll come pick you up." He's over in Philadelphia. He's like, "I'll come pick you up and take you home."
Wow.
In the snow. I'm like, that's kind of duty is, man. I'm like, nah, they're here somewhere. I just got to find them. They got to be somewhere. Where the hell could they be?
I mean, if you drove yourself there, I mean, hell,
exactly.
Obviously, yeah.
Oh, yes. I'm not even going to get into this conversation with Charles.
Hey, you know what? Just on the look with Charles, I just got to let you know. His brother Jack is one of my good friends. So
What Charles is saying is true. So I'm not going to mention the event or whatever because it's past tense for all of us. But Charles does not drink, and he decided he did want to drink with us at an event. And let's just say the next morning, Charles was like in trouble.
Wasn't that the one where there was a police car involved? Taking him? No. There was Charlie actually had the police take him to get beer. It was amazing. It was incredible.
So Charles is like one of those dudes, he doesn't drink, but if he does drink, y'all better watch out.
Yeah.
He reminds me of dude, I don't know. Is it just like, all right, so if you have like Marco, right? Marco's crazy, man. When you go to an event with Marco, I noticed it with some other police officers also. Like, is it because when they get out of their town, like they're out of their element, maybe they just like to go crazy because nobody knows them, or I don't know what is it like
I don't know,
dude. Yeah, Marco was
the badge comes off, and
I don't know, man. Pants. Like Marco was a nut in Myrtle Beach. I was like,
Yeah, I got to Mike and Tammy Rigby. They're a good example of that. You get them. Yeah, they were kind of fun. No, not kind of fun. They were huge fun.
I got one that I want to talk about, but I wouldn't dare.
Oh, you should.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm not going there.
He said he's not doing it. He's not doing it.
She's not going to be there anyhow, I'm pretty sure. But I can just tell you she's the girlfriend of Minnie, I guess.
Tampa event I met for the first time. We talked.
Yeah. Something about a shooting.
Yeah, Lewis, he is, man. You're right. He is a blast. Marco is a blast, man. I was looking.
You see, yeah. The funny part is that could actually because there's actually a couple of different people that could be. That's ironic, right there. Yeah.
Ramon Burke gave me a ride to the hotel in Tallahassee.
Right from the truck stop where I picked him up.
Right from the truck stop
I ever saw.
Was that when he washed the windows with you guys?
Yes. I mean, it's a good. I'm glad you brought that up, and Jacob is a dear friend of mine, and something you may, you wind up, you meet somebody at these events, you develop a friendship with them, and a couple of years ago, here I am splitting a $30,000 window cleaning job with Jacob, and bringing him down here to clean windows with us, and I'm sure he was more than happy to get out of Hogs Knuckle, Iowa. And down to the Sunshine State, but this happens at these events. You forge lifelong relationships out of them.
I thought he was working for food when he came there. I didn't know you paid him actually real money.
Yeah, it was $30,000.
I wasn't food.
I mean, come on. So
maybe a little bit more.
I bought him a whole lot of crab sandwiches. I know that. So
Yeah, Jake loves food, man. Jake loves food.
he does. He
As long as
does.
he cuts those monsters down, man, he's good.
Yeah.
He's got to get off.
He needs to cut down on them monsters.
Yeah, he has to cut the monsters down. We need to have a monster thing. We need to all gang up on him.
Intervention.
Yeah, intervention. We need to gang up on him. Say Doug Ruckers. All right, let me see. Goes through. Let me see if we have any questions. Because it is 9:04, so we're past our hour. Let's see if we have any questions. You guys got anything else, Ray and Doug, before we look for questions?
No, I mean, just awesome lineup. We're excited. If somebody wants to sign up for the plant and property class, it's plantandpropertyprotection.com. Plantandpropertyprotection.com. You can go there to the website and sign up for that. We'd love to have you. Guaranteed you'll make $1 million. Yeah, guaranteed. Guaranteed. So
You will make $1 million in your lifetime sometime if you just work hard. What is it? I think you can do that. $15.
I mean, it's exciting. I'm looking forward to the event. I mean, and by the way, the legal disclaimer: no, we cannot guarantee that you can do anything at all. That's part of my problem that I have with the YouTube gurus out there right now. People say, "Oh, guaranteed to make $1,000 a day." No, nobody can guarantee to make $1,000 a day out there.
Nope, there is no guarantees, man. No guarantees.
I can guarantee you can lose 10 grand in the stock market.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
yeah, no guarantees.
I mean,
You really everything is what you make of it. You see a lot of the boo-hoos and the wee-wees and the hee-hees and the ha-has, but everything that you do in life is really up to you. If you're not going anywhere, you can't blame the other guy. One of the things that always has been a pet peeve for me is when people say, "Oh man, that guy, look how lucky that guy is. Look how lucky that guy is." Yet that guy walked in the door and cold called on somebody that created that job that he got, that took him to the next level, which took him to the next level because he walked in the door over there and he did this and he did that. No, he didn't get lucky when he walked in that door. He walked in that door.
Yep. Yeah, I did a video once where somebody, I keep on seeing, I'd go into, and your group and my group aren't that bad about it, but you have people who go in there and say, "Oh man, how'd you get that job? How'd you get that job?" I got that job because I worked my ass off for it, is how I got that job. I mean, because we went in for a solid year and cold called at least once every 2 weeks to a hospital, leaving, note cards and sticky notes and notepads and spray wash coasters and koozies and things like that. And they finally gave me a freaking sidewalk to do, and
Give you a shot.
That's a give.
that was the cleanest damn sidewalk in all of Tallahassee right there too. Whenever I got done with it, I mean, it might have been that, at the beginning of this video, we're talking about, we did $150,000 in state bids today. And part of that is, can I point back to one thing? No, I mean, I just did a package of, I'm well known with my state managers, and I just did a package of bids with them and for parking garages, where we did 7 parking garages this past year. And then they're passing me around like a hooker on Saturday night, because they're going, well, they had budgets to spend, and hey, who does windows? Well, Spray Wash, they do windows. They just did our parking garage and we were really happy with them. And Spray Wash, they do these buildings and they're happy with them. I mean, it's a referral base. It's treating your customers like gold.
It's building relationships.
It's building relationships. Exactly.
And I do believe in luck. I just believe in hard work.
Yeah. Well, the harder I work, the luckier I get.
Hey, Kent.
Kent's coming out. He's going to be in Myrtle Beach.
Yep.
Awesome,
Kent's
awesome.
coming. Kent's
Look
coming
forward
to
to meeting you,
Plant
Kent.
Property also.
Yep, he's going there. The only person that can give you $1 million is yourself. Invest in you. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. How do you invest in you? Take classes. Go to events.
Yep.
Break out of your shell a little bit sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No, I agree 100%.
I mean, this is, one of the things that I actually feel bad for the YouTube guys that
video.
aren't sitting here understanding like the events and the camaraderie and the stuff that happens out there, that they'll wind up missing. And I know there are some smaller events they've done on some of the YouTube guys, but they'll miss the camaraderie and the electricity and the stuff that happens at an event like this.
It's amazing.
And it's just truly magical.
Yeah, it is. And like I said, I've met so many people at events. It's insane. So many people I know I can call right now. If I had something to figure out, I know I can call and get help. And that's, Facebook, you can't really get that. I mean, hey, there's a lot of people on Facebook. We meet on Facebook and we talk and everybody's friends on Facebook, but it's different than when you actually sit down at an event with somebody and actually get to know them, you know what I mean? And become friends with them. It's a whole different animal. Absolutely. So that's the other thing, man. If these guys, if they're shy, like if you go to these events, don't be afraid to go up to, somebody like Ray that could be doing, over $1 million and you're maybe doing $30,000 because he's going to talk to you the same way. Absolutely. He's going to talk to the guy that's doing $1 million.
I mean, now keep in mind, I put my pants on exactly, the same way that you do, one leg at a time. Now they may of course be fur-lined Armani pants. Yes. And where you're just wearing a pair of just regular Wrangler blue jeans. However, I will stoop to speak to you. No, my God, I'm a bleach slinger. I'm a guy that gets just as sweaty and nasty as the rest of my guys. I understand this from the trenches like anybody else does. I'm just blessed that I've got a great team around me that we can do a lot.
So one of his guys was out spraying bleach the other day. I physically watched Ray walk underneath this guy's spray with his blue jeans on so that he could, I think it was just so he could come out and say, see, I got bleach stains on my work. Yeah, I don't think so.
Hey, the other thing is you find the guys that are the big dogs, and you want to go talk to them at the network, at the bar, because, that's just going to buy you a drink, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hey, let the rich guy buy this round.
Rich guy buy this round, man.
See, I do it just the opposite. I'm like sitting there going, hey, can I, they're like, hey, let me buy you a drink and I want to ask you about this. And I'm like, fine. But then they figure out that I'm drinking like a $24 a glass, single malt scotch. They're like, holy crap. And I'm like, nah, I'm just messing with you. Let me buy yours.
I'm looking forward to it though, man. I'm looking forward to, getting back to an event and doing an event, man. And, I made a video earlier. We unfortunately, we're going to have to follow some rules at this event, that the venue is putting on us. And it is what it is. They're not letting us smash everybody in together, and it's their house. We got to respect that, right? I'm just excited to get the opportunity to even get around friggin' fellow washers, to have that opportunity. So it is what it is, man. And whatever they say, it is. I'll do it. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, all the events that have been canceled, everything that's been canceled this last year because of the pandemic and all that. It'll be really nice to be out again and doing what we love to do and teaching, and that's it'll be an amazing thing.
Yeah, hopefully we can get back to real normalcy at some point here. And
yeah, I'm actually kind of happy about the whole distancing thing because some people actually do have a very distinctive body odor, and it'll be nice to not be sitting right next to them and have sit a little bit.
Yeah, or it's easy to be like, oh wait, you got 6 feet, 6 feet.
You're gonna bathe, okay.
All right, I'm gonna look for questions, man. See if anybody has any questions before we take off. Flip says, "Come out of your comfort zone." Charles Daniel says, "You have to think outside the box if you want to set yourself apart from competition." Absolutely. Patricio loves events because he won the hot water machine last year. I guess he does.
Yeah, he's happy about it. Yeah.
Jake, we know Jake don't have a question. Mark's on now.
I don't know that show. I don't watch a lot of TV. Welcome to Plathville. I'm not familiar with it. That? I don't know.
So Mark just joined us. So Mark, don't watch back to like around at like 58 minutes when I called you a dick. That was like it wasn't real. That wasn't real. That wasn't real, Mark. So I just want to let you know now.
Oh, it was a dick butt. You know, it was.
Yeah, it was a dick butt, Mark. No, it wasn't. No, now you're putting a dick and butt together. You're good. Raise it. Oh man, it's getting too late.
Oh, that was another. No, it was a dick butt. He's a good guy, not a dick butt.
Yeah. No, he's a really good guy, man.
I think I'm leaving.
Yeah, Tallahassee does have a whole lot of bars. We are a college town, and in fact, we made national news the other day with, because some rapper had a concert here, and they're showing all the, of course, they're Instagramming it, and they're packed in there like sardines, and then and nobody's wearing a mask, and they wonder, gee, why is COVID running roughshod over this area?
And it made news all over the place, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because I could have sworn that on January 20th, I thought the COVID problem
Went away.
Yeah.
Well, they opened up California and all that kind of stuff because,
in New York. And
Yeah. It's amazing how quickly that happened.
Did you see that? What was it in New York where the restaurants can't have the Super Bowl on onto TVs?
What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, wait, because they think that people are going to group up and watch it.
And they're going to cheer. You're going to cheer, and they can't have people yelling. Dude, I can tell you straight up, our governor of New Jersey pretty much said that he doesn't foresee it ever getting back to normal. I'm like, this dude's like, are you crazy? Like, he's like, oh, sporting events are never going to be normal again. Like, now we have to get back to normal, right? We don't have a choice. We have to get back to normal. At some point, we have to.
Did you see the new one, though? I saw something on staying in the hotel right now, and I saw some thing on the news where they were talking about they were trying to ban, I guess they feel PETA. Is that what it is? PETA feels bad for the animals, and so we got to quit calling each other by animal names. Like I can't say, hey, Jamie, what's up, dog? Because I'm calling dog. I'm like offending the dog or something. And so you're not supposed to use those terminologies anymore. So, like, you're not supposed to use rat. You're supposed to call somebody a jerk instead of a rat. You're supposed to call, I don't know, all this stupid stuff. I'm like, really? I mean,
you know what? We have got the highest stupidity rate. But I mean, can you imagine to where the luxuries that we have in life to work shit like that can even be an issue in this? You think about a third world country where you worry about eating basically on a daily basis, but there's some entitled jackwagon who can sit there and worry about what you call an animal.
Yeah, somebody just called him a jackwagon.
Oh, was that an animal?
Yeah, that's an animal.
Okay.
Come on, right? Times. Yeah, you get some of these third world countries, they're just worried about literally being able to take a poop because they can't eat enough to be able to poop. So, hey, I think our problems aren't near as bad as theirs are.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I agree. All right, I don't think we have any questions, so I guess we'll get out of here. And thanks, Dougie, man. Thanks, Ray, for coming on and
yes, sir.
Having a good time, giving some knowledge and some laughs at the same time, man. That's the really fun part, man. When you can be serious but and joke at the same time, man. That's what we need to do sometimes, man. That's what guys sometimes have to unwind and just have some fun and not be so uptight all the time. Just learn it.
Absolutely.
I want to have some damn fun.
There you go.
We'll
see y'all in Myrtle Beach.
Yes, Myrtle Beach. We'll be there.
See you then. Wash on, guys.
That is
out, guys.
Yes, California, right, Jamie?
Yes, California. We'll meet you there.
Myrtle Beach, California.